Sure,
For
sure.
instance, a lot of men who, were referred to as either misogynist or incels if they didn't vote for Democrat. And by insulting
Right,
someone
right,
who doesn't vote for your party doesn't want to make them vote for you next time. It just further entrenched the reason that they didn't vote for you. So it's the wrong approach, first of all.
right.
Um, they need to, first of all, go out and listen. I suggested listening to her. I've got a letter to the DNC right now where I'm suggesting all these things they need to do to appeal better to men for the next round. But the first thing is, yeah, just listening to men so that they're going to do a better job. And in terms of the women, like why they voted so much more, I was shocked. And there's a couple of reasons for it.
Yeah.
I mean, there
It
was
is
this,
that is a shocking stat. I did not know that because they spent a
yeah.
lot of time on those issues.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do at least plus 13, plus 14 among women. And then even if they'd been minus 12 among men, they might, I mean, because it's really complicated with the electoral politics, they had a fighting chance if they had done as well with women as they thought. I mean, before the election, I thought they've got a 50-50 chance to win. But the women's vote was just much, much more Republican than I thought it would be. I was shocked. I think a lot of women voted for, because, as you mentioned, the immigration issue. I think people, especially in the southern border states, um, that's a big part of the Latino vote. Also went much farther right. That's the biggest story of the election for me is like the men's vote, of course, because that's my issue. I was also surprised by the women's vote, and the Latino vote went really far right this election, which again, I think the Democrats thought we're supporting immigrants' rights. A lot of immigrants are Latino, therefore we'll get the Latino vote. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Shocking. There was also Greg Palast wrote a really good article about voter suppressions. Republicans
Sure.
do a lot with trying to get votes not to count, but they didn't sign their name right. They didn't, and there are legitimate reasons to like make sure votes are correctly counted. We all want. I think the ideal world would be everyone who can vote is able to vote. Their vote is properly counted, and then we get the results.
Sure.
But there's a lot of logistics of what does being able to vote mean. Oh, they moved, last month and they didn't sign this form in time, and therefore their vote doesn't. There's all these little districts, and the Republicans very massively, according to this article by Greg Palast, really, really focused on that. And that's one of the reasons why you see fewer Democratic votes this year.